Hello everyone, my name is Dan Edwards and this is a video tour of my ePortfolio. ETEC 590 is the culmination of my MAT journey which began in January 2015. ePortfolios are a great way for students to highlight their learning while also providing the opportunity to reflect on their learning process. My goal was to create an ePortfolio that helps to showcase my learning through a variety of significant artifacts with supporting rationale. When you initially link to my website, you will find yourself on the landing page, which tells you a little information about myself. Navigating through my ePortfolio is a fairly easy and straightforward process. On the left-hand side of my webpage, the headings indicate the main pages that will incorporate the main sections of my ePortfolio. When we move the cursor over the headings, you'll also notice that most pages have links to subpages that highlight my learning, with supported artifacts for the various courses that I have completed. In addition, the audience can easily link between pages using the forward and backward buttons at the bottom of each page. So, let's take a quick tour of my ePortfolio. We begin back at the About section. The arrows at the bottom of each page are going to make it easy for the reader to navigate my ePortfolio in a linear fashion. Let's click the Introduction button here, and it'll bring us to the Introduction page. In this section, you'll notice that I highlight the purpose, learning goals, and audience for my ePortfolio, while also including a link to my video tour. The main focus of my work is to serve as a capstone activity for ETEC 590. It serves to meet the requirements for upgrading to Category 6 Master's degree with TQS for teaching in British Columbia. In looking at my learning goals, my focus was to identify areas that would improve my craft while recognizing opportunities to build in areas for collaboration and hands-on learning. The artifacts that I've selected will ultimately reinforce these ideals throughout my journey. In addition, you'll find that constructivism and TPAC will be a couple of the theories that will resonate throughout my ePortfolio. While my EP is a place for me to document and reflect on my learning, it is also a place for colleagues, including those within and beyond MAT, instructors and family, to observe my reflective journey. As we come to the bottom of the page, you'll notice buttons on the left will navigate us back to review a previous section or page. The buttons on the right, metaphor in this case, will direct us forward. Let's click here to continue. Next, I'll introduce my learning metaphor that has helped to shape my portfolio and learning connections. The game of soccer has been instrumental throughout my life, as I began playing the game at the age of 5. I spent a great deal of time involved in the game, from player to referee to coach. Now, as a parent, I enjoy watching my own children playing soccer at a competitive level. In fact, the sport has become such a major part of my family's life, with practices and games scheduled on almost every day of the week. The game of soccer has so much in common with teaching and learning, including developing skills, setting goals, building relationships, and fostering teamwork. I've set my learning into 4 main parts, including foundational skills, practice, gameplay, and post-game reflection. These also include hyperlinks to these specific sections. So let's take a quick look at how these sections are organized. The foundational skills section highlights that becoming a soccer player requires developing basic skills, including learning how to dribble, pass, and shoot the ball. We can certainly connect this to teaching and learning in school. For instance, educators must carefully consider aspects of learning and pedagogical theories, as well as how their students learn when they are developing their own teaching practices. If we click on the other sections, such as practice or gameplay, we see that these sections also include an overview for connection. You will also notice that each section will include artifacts from specific courses. For example, the gameplay section will include artifacts from ETEC 532, 533, and 565M. The practice section includes artifacts for ETEC 510, 512, and 522. And foundational skills includes artifacts for ETEC 500, 511, and 540. Let's click below on ETEC 532 to check out this course's selected artifact. Each page is set up the same way, with a slightly different color background to separate them from the main pages, a connection to my soccer metaphor, an artifact or artifacts, and a final reflection of my learning. For ETEC 532, my artifact was a vignette that I wrote for how we can better engage students in an online course. In this course, I quickly recognized that, similar to traditional face-to-face classrooms, it is crucial that educators are establishing an effective learning community and providing ongoing feedback to students. This requires teachers to understand who their students are and how they learn. You will see that I have captured that in my reflection at the bottom of the page. If you'd like to learn more about each MET course, you can click on the course title at the top of each page, and it will take you to the UBC course outline with a detailed course description, list of objectives, topics, and assignments. Now we can just close this off and return to exploring my ePortfolio. You will find that my focus is to keep my audience within my ePortfolio by embedding as much of my work as possible. For courses that included links to external artifacts, such as ETEC 565M, I've included a screenshot of the website. The viewer can then click on that image, and a new window pops up to view that artifact. You can explore the website, and when you're finished, simply close the page. Now, let's move on to the conclusion section. Here I've highlighted that the MET program has been a transformative experience for me personally. When considering technology implementation in the classroom, I recognize that strong pedagogy must be at the forefront. In addition, I've included some future goals that I will focus on moving forward. I envision that, when implemented meaningfully, technology can be a great way for students to learn and work cooperatively with others. In addition, this extends to working with colleagues as well. I see excellent opportunities for myself to engage in activities that can be supportive to fellow educators interested in implementing technology into their own teaching program. The final pages of my ePortfolio include an assessment rubric for how I foresee my work to be evaluated, a list of references that were vital in completing my work, and a copy of my current resume. I hope you've enjoyed this video tour. Now please feel free to explore my ePortfolio on your own.